I'm Ben. I'm a highly contested person competing for DARA'S bestie. I often am in first place, but
You are.
sometimes
You are in first place. So yeah, he's in first place. And this is he's also, can we tell them who you are on Instagram in case they want to hear you? Because he's very, very wise for his young years. I attribute it to his Pisces South Node. He's just really wise.
Oh, the
for his
12th house South Node, or
Yeah, that.
yeah,
The Pisces 12th house South Node. And the Taurus,
Taurus, yeah.
he's Taurus South Node, Scorpio North Node. I'm Taurus North Node, Scorpio South Node. So we have the same axis. You did the same thing.
I know.
And then
That's how combined we are.
he's here to be a detective with the Scorpio North Node in the 6th house of service and mastery, which he masters things. And his midheaven is Aquarius, so he's a man of the people and extremely rebellious and extremely innovative. Genius, basically. So that's Ben, and he's been my bestie since I kind of moved here 3 years ago. And this is a perfect opportunity, and you can talk well after I tell them what I'm doing. I have last night's really medicinal, nourishing soup, and Ben's hungry, and I'm going to heat it up. And to veggie beef it up, I'm going to be adding tofu. This is my favorite, extra firm wildwood. And I'm going to be adding chickpeas, and it's going to be really, if I had more time, I would cut up potatoes and whatever. But anyway, I'm going to add spinach, tofu, and chickpeas. You take it over. Do you want some of the hibiscus tea over ice? Okay, you talk to them if you want to.
So, what I want to talk about today is, there's a multidimensional aspect to everything. And, just because this is broccoli, just because this is nettle tea, on a physical level, there's like energetic correspondences. So when Dara was telling me, she made this soup broth with spring water, that means, the structure of that water is different. The essence in that water is containing, energies of the beautiful Oak Creek Canyon, or I guess it's Mountain Valley.
I use Mountain Valley spring water.
Is that from Arkansas?
I think so.
Yeah, so it's containing like a beautiful essence from the nature kingdom. And what do you think that does to your cells and your chakras and your energy bodies, your heart, your brain? So, the fact that she's putting all these herbs in there, and these herbs have a nice essence, have a vibration, have something nice. So,
and the love I put in it.
That was what
I made this for Ben today. Yeah.
There's this joke in Native American culture that if someone is angry, they kick them out of the kitchen.
Oh my gosh! I once had food. I'll remember to this day. I was with my uncle in Florida. You're welcome. That's hibiscus, schizandra, honey, vanilla, raw honey. From Carefree Honey from locally. Anyway, I was with my uncle in Florida in the Keys, and I remember tasting the spaghetti, and I love spaghetti. I grew up on spaghetti. It was the only thing I would eat when I was little, and I tasted the spaghetti. I was a little older, and I was like, this tastes bad. And then the waiter came out, and he was very angry. He was agitated because the chef was angry, and I learned years later that what you do when you're making the food goes into the food. I never make food unless I'm happy. Sometimes I make it and it cheers me, but either way, I'm happy. But I remembered, I was like, oh yeah, that meal, the most disgusting meal I ever had, the chef was angry, and I found out about it from the waiter.
Right.
Go ahead.
So I went to a few rainbow gatherings in my day, which, are large hippie gatherings in the woods. And there's all these camps making food, 3 meals a day. And some of these camps, it's like you don't even consider it. I wouldn't even go there to eat. Where like some people were super high vibe, delicious, but the best was always the Krishna kitchen. And they're praying and invoking good energy in their food.
Yeah, like I'm doing now.
Exactly. There is a priestess in the kitchen. And then they say like when we pray before we eat, not when we're cooking, which is important. They say when you pray before you eat, you're getting ready to receive all the energy. You're getting the body ready to integrate the subtle medicinal qualities.
Do you know what I call that? I don't think of it in those terms, but I always say, like when I serve food to someone, if I could tell that they're distracted, I'm like, look, here's the food. I made it with love. You need to receive it and eat it in the same manner it was prepared, and you will just digest it so beautifully. And some people have eaten my food, and within minutes they're like, "Is it possible I feel this?" And I was like, "Yes, it's possible."
There's this part of the Bible. Maybe,
Hi, everybody.
Maybe it's not.
Hi, Michelle. Hey, Callie.
They say.
You could read the comments. You take over.
They say, like, you know, if you get to a specific level of like purity, you can heal someone by giving them water simply because you touch that water. That your energy, you know, Dara being a clean, clear, bright, dedicated person to the purity of her channel, you know, what she touches is affected by her essence. What she speaks, the air molecules vibrate based on the quality of her inner state. And when you're doing dedicated work to maintain the purity and harmony and quality and color and light, of course you're going to be a more. It's white magic, and she's a, you know, like witches are making all these potions. You know, she's a white witch making
like clean,
these
clear, bright things.
Holy things, you know.
I think that's true. I'm not about me, but yes. Like if I'm like we were talking about different restaurants. Ben took me to this park to go see the sunset, and we were talking about different spots you can go. And I'm like, I don't really eat at a lot of them because I like to eat my food at home because people aren't making tonics or coffees or teas or whatever they're making, or matchas with spring water or the best matcha, or it doesn't have the intention in it. And all of my food for the past 57 days has been here. I'd say 90% of my food is here, even if I wasn't doing the all raw soups and smoothies. But I'm like, why do I want to compromise? I want like the highest best. So then when I'm making Ben food now, it's like that energy going into the food.
And what I was thinking about too is like, so if you write a list of every quality of ingredient, this herb and that herb and that herb and this food, all that is subtly medicinal. And when you become too clogged up, you can't necessarily feel the beauty
So true.
of hibiscus or cilantro. And so that's why you rush to sugar.
Yeah.
And caffeine.
If you're dense and you got all those heavy, thick foods in you clogging your colon and your whole psyche and your energy and your aura, you're not absorbing it as much. Like this drink that he's drinking, I knew Ben was coming over, so I was like, oh, let me make a big pot of schizandra berry, hibiscus, vanilla bean, honey tonic. And it was intentional because it was for Ben. And then I was like, oh, schizandra is anti-aging, anti-inflammatory. It improves cognitive function. It helps with anxiety and stress, and then some things. It hits all 12 meridians in Chinese medicine, and the hibiscus has so much vitamin C, as does the schizandra berry, and the hibiscus is like a diuretic, so it's like, and the vanilla beans just feminine love, and the raw honey does all, I forget all the benefits of honey, but there's a lot.
They say raw honey can have up to 200,000 unknown phytonutrients.
So that's what we're having. And I made sure that I cooled down the tonic enough, the tea blend, to then blend in the raw honey so it maintained its properties. Because the raw honey, if you cook it, is going to kill some of its living enzymes. And then I put the vanilla bean in, and then I put it in the refrigerator. So now we're beefing up the soup. We're beefing it up with these chickpeas.
You can just say we're peeing it up.
What's that?
Chickpea it
We're
up?
peeing it up, and we are, I'm going to chop the, but you still talk. Can you read these comments?
Hey.
Hey. I'll go over here and cut the tofu. Shout out the names. I want to hear who's here.
Jessica Deloy, thank you for sharing. Rocky Wright and friends.
I know them all.
Good folks, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
One was saying, totally confirmed, you know, what, you know, we're talking about with the quality of emotional state of the chef. And
yeah, like somebody else could make the same exact soup and it won't feel the same.
she says she felt particular sadness of lemon cake and the character. Whoa.
What? When?
Just
Mine?
now. No.
Oh. Hey, Mimi. Yeah, you could feel it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Tell me who's here. Mimi and Jessica and Michelle. Who else is here?
And Rocky and
Rocky,
Kali and
Kali.
all sorts of homies.
We've been doing this nightly. Is there any questions you want to answer? Or you don't like to do that?
I don't know what.
What? I'll
I
do.
don't think they're asking.
They're not asking anything.
They're just.
You guys have any questions?
Commentary.
All right, I'm gonna read the commentary. Everyone, like the video, thumbs up. See, we do 16 for 16. That's the energy exchange. Is that people need to like the video, and then I show up. That's gonna be less soup and more like a stew. Do you want to stir it?
Yes.
Here. It should be in a bigger pot. But I added so much because he's hungry. If you're on your phone, Mimi said if you're on their phone and you want to like it, it's the 3 dots on the top right of your screen. Thank you, Mimi. He's totally right. I was clogged, even being plant-based for many years. Raw foods are the way it changes everything. For me, it does.
The filtration and the lymph and the movement.
Oh, The Particular Sadness of Lemon Cake is a book. And the character, I feel like I read that. I need to get that. Jessica, will you comment that after to remind me? I feel like I love reading books that have food as the vehicle, the main point maker. That's what I do. Oh, Topo Chico has a lot of PFAS. I'm not familiar with PFAS. FAS.
PFAS, forever chemicals.
Oh. He's saying that Topo Chico has a lot of it. You hear?
PFAS?
Here. Here, are you familiar with...
Yeah, they say PFAS are like, as far as I understand, I actually don't know, but they say it takes up to 7 years to detox them.
Oh, so it's bad. He's saying it's good.
No way.
Well, isn't he saying, I was just reading about PFAS in sparkling water, which apparently are in Topo Chico.
Yeah,
which I
exactly.
Oh, he's saying it's bad.
Which I think is from plastic lining or something.
Oh, really?
Something, even though it's a glass bottle.
I don't drink Topo Chicos. How are we doing with that?
It looks good. I think it's ready to eat.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
I mean, the tofu should be marinated a little bit.
Okay.
But it's almost ready. I'll get bowl. Oh, and avocado on top is going to be amazing.
What are your guys' favorite ways to maintain diligence in your intentionality with your culinary experiences on a day-to-day basis?
I'm giving you the bowl that Jada got me from Japan. She brought this back in her suitcase. It's a perfect soup bowl.
Ooh.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see.
Lucky me. I got fed.
Yeah.
But I got us there.
We might need to add salt because I added a lot of spinach and chickpeas and tofu, and the flavor is going to be taken up. Sedona, awesome place. Cool, you guys are in flow.
We have crazy flow.
Sam sauerkraut. What are your favorite books? Right now I'm reading the book Letting Go.
By David Hawkins, who wrote that in Sedona.
You're kidding.
You didn't know that? Wow.
No.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He lived out here.
I didn't know that. What do you think of the book? Because I'm enjoying it so far.
I don't know anything about it.
You could read it after me. Oh, this is gorgeous.
A lot of our friends really like his work, so.
Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, I wish I had the coconut yogurt. It's in the van.
What happens when life gets stressful and you gotta make sure that you don't find the cheap way to eat and still show up and cook? Or still show up and cook?
How do you do it?
Yeah,
is that what they're asking?
That's what I'm asking because it's like, this is a different level of discipline.
Okay. Okay, for example, like the carrot zucchini dish I made the other night. It's a zucchini and a carrot. You could have 2 zucchinis, 2 carrots. It doesn't cost a lot. Cilantro or some kind of herb. A little olive oil, lemon juice, or vinegar. Like, it's not expensive to fill yourself up with nutrients. Add some spirulina, some cracked cell chlorella. Like, there's ways to do it that you go find the vegetables that are in season that are abundant at that time. You buy whatever veggies are least expensive, and you do what I do. It's not expensive. It's less expensive than the stuff out and about, and it's less expensive than going to the doctor.
And what do you think about seasonal eating?
Better. Yeah, definitely better.
Ooh. So people should just watch what you make every live and then be a day behind you.
Yeah.
And then make what you made yesterday.
Yeah. I gotta add some more spice for you. We're almost ready. I know Ben's really hungry. We don't have to stay live. Actually, we do, because you have to taste it in front of everyone. And that's the only thing. The quality of the veggies in Sedona is good.
Especially if you go to Interdependence, which they maintain strength in their soil.
I love Interdependence so much. It's crazy.
The Verde Valley is the Green Valley.
Yeah. It's coming soon. Any minute. I found the black pepper. Okay, we're good. One little mix and we're good to go. It's a really good book. You have the book and it's on your Kindle. Cool. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna cut the avocado. And we grab a cilantro from the fridge. Please.
You're almost 60 days in.
For what?
Raw food.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna continue. It's just like it's not stopping anytime soon. Oh, I was gonna do it after. It's okay. I want to plate it and then add the cilantro because then you smell it and it looks pretty. If you wanted the coconut yogurt, you'd have to go to Danny B. But
you think it's worth it?
Well, no. Actually, we could do something else. There's there's a can of in the pantry. There's a can of coconut cream, and that's really nice. I did add it to the soup, and it does make it richer, and that's what I like to do. Thank you.
I need to open it.
Yeah, there's an opener in there. You can open, then I'll clean. I'm so excited to serve you this. Cheers, you guys. Don't forget to thumbs up or 2 thumbs up. Thank you. I think you're going to be happy. Okay. We could always add salt because I'm sure it needs salt, okay?
What happens when you put in too much salt? How do you counterbalance it?
Fat. Sweet. This could use a little. I'm going to taste this actually. I need to taste it. I need to taste it. It needs, because I add, oh, it's good. It's really good. I'm adding a little Bright and vinegar and apple cider vinegar and a little sweet because it's flavor balancing. And it was flavor balanced, but since I added so many ingredients, I have to adjust it.
So if you add more sweet, more vinegar, you can add more salt infinitely?
It's, well, I don't know about infinitely, but gotta stop at some point, but it's good. It's really lovely.
I was wondering.
It's actually better than yesterday. So pretty.
What was your favorite dish that Bev made?
She used to make artichoke chicken and ratatouille.
Oh, really? How did that look?
It was so good. Okay, this is good. It's perfect. And then her ratatouille I make ththese days. Because I don't make artichoke chicken.
Have you seen the movie?
No.
Ratatouille?
Oh, yeah. You want to film me plating it? You guys should see this because it's like a joy to. You could just turn the whole thing. Hi. Okay.
Someone, Rocky Wright and friends, said, "How did we meet?" It was a fateful day. We were working with one of the same members of the team that we incarnated on this planet with, and he invited Dara onto a podcast, and I was filming it, and it was cool.
Yeah, it was Drew Cannoli, and I went to local juicery, and Summer Sanders came out, and she's like, "I want you to meet someone," and then she, I think, gave him my number, and he called and said, "Do you want to be on my podcast?" So I was like, "Of course." And then Ben was there, and we became fast friends.
It was
Where's
cool
the cilantro?
right here.
I have it.
I had seen Dara around Sedona 2 or 3 times, and I try to make a point to say hi. And you could tell, again, it's like interesting how it's not that your eyes pick up on it necessarily, but you do in some way. You can tell she had way more light. I hate to...
Then what?
I hate to worship you on camera, but you could tell that she had a different aura, a different look in her eye. Just a more dignified, poised demeanor to her. And it was just awesome, you know? So eventually we started hanging and we haven't looked back.
And Ben is taking me on the best hikes ever in Sedona, and taking all the good photos of me are Ben's photos. So...
And it's interesting because
careful, it's hot.
Dara's made the best food for me.
I'm in charge of sustenance. He's in charge of location.
This is some of the best flavor and texture and feeling that I have gotten from food ever.
Yay, yay, yay. I know, like, you guys don't get to taste them.
It's
I'm always
crazy.
like, you want some? It's crazy, right?
The textures, the flavors, and, you know, the safe feeling of knowing you're eating something that's
Right.
gonna lift you up.
It's safe. It's safe. It's nurturing and nourishing. Yay.
You know, there's food that's like guilty food.
Mm-hmm.
This is food that makes you feel deeply settled, knowing you're making a good choice.
That's the best.
And that choice is gonna come back to help you out.
That's right.
And
So
that's why flavor matters, because, ooh, why not make it the tastiest food in the world while you can?
So what he's doing is what I want people to do after they eat my food. Because I'm like, you guys, whoever's eating it, I'm like, you should say something like that because it makes me want to do it again. It's an energy exchange, right? You put so much love into it, and the person eats it with so much gratitude, and then they express their gratitude, and it'll happen anytime. It's high vibe.
They say in the
That's
future,
the energy we have. Ben's very generous in spirit.
in the future, they say, when money eventually becomes obsolete, the world will go around through appreciation. Like, oh, thanks for doing that. Like, everyone will
Like,
feel...
thank you so much. Like, it's important to thank someone. It's important to express gratitude. It's really important. I just had an incident where I did something really nice for someone for many days, and there was not a lot of gratitude at all. And I was like, I mean, a little bit, but I was like, does that make
There
you
was
want to do it
gratitude
again?
in him, but there wasn't verbal gratitude.
Right. You're right.
He
There
felt
was.
lucky. He felt taken care of.
Yeah.
But there was this complex that prevented him from giving that gratitude to you, and he withheld it. And it was a strange thing because of the amount of sacrifice Sarah did. With no
If you want
expectation.
someone to do something again, just express gratitude. It's very simple. Don't you think? Not that you're doing it for that.
It's just part of the equation.
Was Ben born in Sedona? He seems it.
I was born in a faraway land called South Dakota.
And he traverses Sedona like nobody else. Bushwhacking, scrambling, hiking to heights and places that are not gone to by most humans.
And then I'll do my Zoom on my phone and scroll up to Dara's car and send her videos from the top of the mountain.
Yes, Rocky. Okay, this is good. Ta-da. We're like having, you want to go sit? Let's go sit. We love
Come
you
on.
guys, but we're going to go sit. We built a fire outside under the stars. It was amazing. So we're making Sedonuts. You're nosy? I nodded. Love you. I don't mind nosy. That's fine. We're here to share. Sharing is caring. So love you guys. Get your greens on. Get your nourishing soup on. And I'm going to see you super soon.
Hey.
Hey.
Where are we
Hi.
eating?
I don't know. Where do you want to eat?
I want to eat in the cafe.
Okay, we're going to go eat at the cafe. See you soon.
There's some stuff, so maybe we just.
Hey, Laura. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys later.